Welcome to the Urban Conservative Podcast, where we do not believe that avocado toast can save the planet or the world will end, because cars use gasoline. You won't hear that Wi-Fi is a basic human right, or that billionaires are secretly supervillains. Here, we do not believe that electric cars run on hopes and dreams. You also won't hear that anyone who disagrees with us is a fascist, or that socialism will make everyone rich. You won't be gender affirmed or offered any opportunity to share your preferred pronouns. If this causes you any discomfort, please rest assured that we couldn't possibly care less. For everyone else, thank you, and please stand by.
My fellow Americans, it's time for the Urban Conservative Podcast. This is without a doubt the best podcast on the internet. It's about to go down here on the Urban Conservative.
3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. Monday night time for the Urban Conservative Podcast. You are tapped in with the TUC twins right here on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, everywhere you get your podcast at. Make sure hit that like, follow, subscribe. And of course, the website is tuconservative.com. That's where you can go to support what we do here at TUC, which is promote conservative policy ideas to our urban centers and beyond across this beautiful country of ours. It's Monday night, bro. We're in the building. How was your weekend, sir?
Fantastic weekend, man. Fantastic weekend. Got to give a big shout out to everybody that came out to support the Frederick Douglass Foundation of North Carolina. We was bouncing all around the state this week, so big ups to everybody involved with that. And hey, if you live in the state of North Carolina, lock in June 21st for the 2025 Juneteenth Patriots Ball. Is going down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Visit fdfnc.org. We got a major announcement about a speaker coming up, so you don't want to miss that. But yeah, man, good weekend. I know, bro. I know. People talking about this freaking Super Bowl for like a week and change now since it went down, and we kind of stayed quiet.
Yeah, well, I have to say I had a terrible weekend. I have to throw that out there. Well, not terrible. I've just been sick the last, 6 days, 7 days. I just was man down.
You were Superman down. For ladies and gentlemen, Raheem was all the way man down.
Every time you FaceTime me or call me, I was in the same position every single time.
Horizontal even.
Yeah, under a blanket with a heating pad. Trying to work it out, but I started to break this weekend, so felt real good. Lucky for me, I got a good family that took care of me. She made me soup and sandwiches and quarantined me into the back, and I was starting to get depressed like day 6. Like, come on now, I haven't had human contact in over a week, and we're very we're a very affectionate family. We like to be in each other's space, so it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. If you get sick, try to get over it quickly. There was something floating around. I heard it was like a ronovirus or a rotovirus or something was floating around, and people were throwing up and diarrhea and everywhere. I heard it's just what I heard.
Keep that away from me. I am good on all of that.
I gotta also thank all of the weathermen for hyping people up for no reason. It was like, we're gonna get 3,700 cubic feet of snow this week and nothing. Absolutely not.
That's what y'all got?
Yeah, they were like, it's going to be a winter storm advisory and a winter storm and nothing that we haven't dealt with in New York. I will tell you, though, the Arctic chill is real. Like that, the wind that was coming across, like that was straight from the North Pole. Like it was a Santa fart or something. I don't know what was going like Jack Frost was on steroids or something, but it was definitely gusty and cold. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what y'all had going on weather-wise.
Nah, man, weather's weird here, bro, because it'll be like 60 in the day and 30 at night right now. And then they're talking about we're going to get like a bunch of snow on Wednesday, so we'll see. like
Y'all
everybody jumping up for.
a bunch of snow for y'all is like a light coating, and everything.
No, a
will be
bunch of
shut
snow
down.
for us. They're talking about 2 to 3 inches. I mean, granted, that is going to shut everything down. If you live in North Carolina, jump one in the comments if you know snow is going to shut everything down. But that's what they're talking about, man. They're talking about snow. So look, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right in, bro. Let's jump right into this.
All right. Let me say this. This has been a terrible 2 weeks. This has been since the Super Bowl. This has been a terrible week, and the reason I'm saying that is I am ashamed of some of my folks. Okay, I don't watch football necessarily. Okay. Right? I don't, just because I'm not a football person. I'm a mixed martial arts person. I like combat sports. Right? I don't really like ball sports. Pause. I don't really like them, right? Basketball, I play basketball, right? I like ping pong, but I like combat sports. So it's difficult for me to sit through an entire football game. It's just very hard for me to do because the pace of the game, right, is just not my thing. You know, I get it. I'll go to a Super Bowl watch party. I'll go watch the game and all of that because it's festive and you're around people, blah, blah, blah. But the expectation of the Super Bowl halftime show is one thing that I've come to expect a level of greatness about, right? And I go back a little bit, maybe I'm showing my age here, but I remember the Prince halftime show, right?
Okay, I'm with you.
We want to hear hit records from the beginning of the show to the end of the halftime show. We want to hear the songs that we know. We want to sing along. We want to be a part of that. And I think Jay-Z made a terrible mistake with this pick for the halftime show. I think this was a woke homage to gang culture. That's what I think this was. And we'll get more into that. But what's your initial thoughts on this debacle?
So look, I was excited because Leah and Dre were excited. Right, like my 23-year-old. For those of y'all at home, my 23-year-old and my 21-year-old were amped about it, and they sung along with a couple of the songs. I'll give them that. They knew some of the songs, but here's what my problem was, bro. It was just mediocre. To me, it was like, okay.
No, I'm saying, and it was very zesty.
Here's the other problem, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this. If it was nothing, if let's just say, I don't know, Cher did the halftime show and she had nothing but white women on there, folks would have lost their mind. They would have been screaming the NFL's racist and blah 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 blah.
Well, here's my thing. The older we get, the more politically involved that we've become, and I have a history in the music industry. I have a storied history in the music industry. There are performances, and then there are these like performance art pieces, right? And I'm not mad if you would like to put on a piece of performance art. Just don't do it at the expense of millions of viewers, right? You got to kind of know your audience. And for those of y'all going, well, if the show wasn't good to you, then it wasn't for you. So my question is, then who was the show for? Because if you why do we have to paint our young black men as street corner hoodlums? Why is that acceptable? Why is saying things on national TV like turn his TV off? Do y'all realize that means to unalive someone? Like, are we not clear what that means? It means to unalive a human being when you say turn his TV off. In gang culture, that's what he's referring to. So I thought it was cool that Dr. Dre and 50 Cent and Eminem and Snoop Dogg and all these people did the halftime show. But Dr. Dre didn't get up there and do a bunch of Dr. Dre songs. He brought out Mary J. Blige. He brought out 50 Cent. He brought out Eminem. He brought, all these people. It was a spectacle. You could sing along. Now, am I justifying the gang-related nature of it? Not whatsoever. None whatsoever. I still don't think it was a good look. However, I think it was a better entertainment bang for the buck because we all know when you popping in the club, bottle full of bub, I got you need if you're in the. We know that. That's a recognizable song internationally. I'm pretty sure they got that in every language. You're not going to sit here and tell me that y'all knew 80, besides the song Not Like Us, y'all didn't know none of them Kendrick songs?
Not one.
Y'all didn't know none of that music?
Here's the thing you gotta like, and just look, let's just keep it all the way funky. Everybody on the planet knows Not Like Us. Let's just call it what it is. Most people know or have heard Not Like Us.
Okay, but hold on. But let's ask this question. What is the like and who is the us? Not like us who? And how does the woke left how does the woke left black think everybody wants to be like them?
So here's one of the things that I'm seeing on social media, and it angers me. And I said this to a mutual friend of ours on social media. I said, look, you're calling this black culture, right? Let's be real, Ra. Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt that black and ghetto are not the same thing?
No, there's no doubt about that.
There's no doubt. Is it fair to say that there is a concerted effort to try to make being black and being ghetto the same thing?
There's a 100% effort, and this is the interesting thing. You can see this in what's going on in hip hop right now with 50 Cent and BMF and Big Meech and all of this. Why does somebody get to destroy entire communities? But because they threw money in the strip club and popped bottles and did all of that, that they become venerated when they get home. I don't want any parts of that. How is your black card revoked when you say that's the minstrel show? That's cooning and buffooning right there. Y'all mean to tell me y'all don't know who Wesley Hunt ain't black, but Big Meech is the culture? You mean to tell me Thomas Sowell ain't it, but somehow Lil Meech is the culture? You got people like that have worked very hard to get into positions of excellence. And then what Jay-Z turns around and does, and I don't approve of this whatsoever, was you let them pick the worst set list ever, because that was the worst set list ever. Then the choreography is mid. It was just absolutely mid choreo. Like him zesty stepping across the stage like that it was like 17 minutes of him zesty stepping. And it's like you don't understand how deep it was because of the PlayStation and the controller and the red, white, and blue. And you know, if you don't understand this, then and it's like, I'm not supposed to have to think that hard. I want to sing the song. I want to see a good dance. And hey, maybe a wardrobe malfunction from Janet once in a while. That's all I'm saying.
So listen. Before we take a quick break and we come back and talk about the rest of this. The one thing that I want to point out to people, and I want folks to be undeniably clear. The Super Bowl halftime show, right? Most people don't even know why there's a Super Bowl halftime show. Let me take y'all back real quick. Back a few years ago, during the NFL halftime, during the Super Bowl, there was no show. There was usually bands playing and the cheerleaders. One year, In Living Color decided they were going to do a Super Bowl halftime special show and snatched up the entire audience. The very next year, do you know who performed at the Super Bowl halftime show the very next year?
Who was that? Prince?
Michael Jackson. The biggest to date, up until this Kendrick Lamar thing, the biggest Super Bowl halftime show in history was Michael Jackson. Now, the reason they did that was because Michael Jackson is known by everybody. Rich white guys who have money to buy booths at the Super Bowl know who Michael Jackson is. The folks who, basically put a second mortgage on their house to get to afford tickets to go to the Super Bowl know who Michael Jackson is. I don't think they understood and because I'm hearing there's a lot of kickback behind this thing. I don't think they understood, or for whatever reason, intentionally or not intentionally, this wasn't for everybody. This sent the wrong message to America. And this is, to me, another, because we're not going to front like Jay-Z and Beyonce aren't far left. We're not going to front like they not Harris, right? They weren't riding for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. We're not going to act like that wasn't the case. But this was, I think, a prime example of people on the left doubling down on this divisive rhetoric and all that other stuff. So we're going to take a very, very quick commercial break. There's one more aspect to this thing we're going to break down right after this quick commercial break. Y'all don't go nowhere here on the Urban Conservative Podcast. Don't move. This season of The Urban Conservative is brought to you by Homium, helping to build generational wealth for historically disadvantaged groups, low-income households, and first-time homebuyers. Homium is helping to bridge the affordability gap for home ownership in your community. Visit homium.com. The Urban Conservative is sponsored in part by Gyra Family Farms, providing your family with fresh meat, eggs, poultry, produce, and so much more. Visit gyrafamilyfarm.net to find out about their summer farm camp program, events and classes, and their exclusive Farm Share membership, which will give you 15% off all your purchases. Again, visit gyrafamilyfarm.net to find out more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're back on the Urban Conservative Podcast with the TUC twins. We're talking about this.
Kendrick Lamar thing. Yeah. I got to ask you a question, though.
Okay.
In January of 2024, who was the most streamed rapper on the internet?
Probably Drake.
Okay. In February of 2024, who was the most streamed rapper on the internet?
I'm going to guess Drake.
In March of 2024, who was the most streamed rapper on the internet?
I'm going to probably guess Drake.
Okay. April, May, June, July, and August, who was the number one streamed rapper on the internet?
I don't know, but I'm going to guess Drake.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
September, October, November, who was the most streamed rapper?
I'm going to guess Drake.
And in December, who was the most streamed rapper? December 2024.
Kendrick Lamar.
There you go. 15.5 billion streams in 2024. Drake has been the most streamed rapper on Spotify for 10 years. 10. 10. I don't know what universe your man gets a month and it's like he's the king of the world. I don't understand that. I don't understand how that works. I said
I didn't even think about that.
Billion. He had all year. Kendrick had December. And not by very much. Who do you think had the highest grossing tour of 2024?
Drake, probably.
Wasn't Kendrick. Let me ask you this. What's bigger, the Super Bowl or the World Cup?
The World Cup by far.
So if Drake pulls off hosting the World Cup, what are we talking about with this Kendrick thing? What are we talking about?
Ew.
He's in talks right now to host the World Cup in Toronto. What are we doing here?
Oh,
what are we doing here? So let me ask this question. Let me ask you this. What is it with our folks? What is it with our folks that when we don't agree with this was the greatest thing since sliced bread, now all of a sudden our black cards are once again revoked. Now all of a sudden we're out of tune with the culture. Now all of a sudden we don't know what we're talking about. And all MAGA. So I seen the meme floating around. All MAGA heard was N-word, 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 N-word music, N-word, N-word. That's not what I heard. What I heard was That's what I heard. The whole flow was and I don't like the way some of the West Coast rappers talk. It's like they talk out the side of their face. They squabble, cut. So when it's like, that's what I heard. It was like beeble bobble beeble. Beeble bobble. That's what I heard. I couldn't listen to it. Beeble bobble beep 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 bobble beeble bop. Like I can't listen to it. Tell him Kendrick did it. Kendrick did it. Like, yo, that's not hot.
Yo, you wanna see something funny? When you look at that neighborhood, where do you think that is right there?
To be honest, it looked like New Rochelle or Mount Vernon or something.
Does that look like an affluent neighborhood to you?
That's not.
You know who grew up there?
No.
You know whose neighborhood that is right there?
Was that Serena Williams' neighborhood?
No, that's Drake's neighborhood.
Oof. Yeah, that doesn't look like an affluent neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's it. You know, he ain't one of us. He ain't grow up in the. He ain't.
Yeah, but I'm still stuck on this. When you say y'all not like us, y'all like Black and Miles. We don't. Y'all like to shoplift. We don't. Y'all like to mob the stores and steal. We don't. Y'all think speaking perfect or good English is being white. We're not. You're right. We're not like you. We are not going to dumb ourselves down to fit into the least common denominator of a group of people. No other culture does this. So I'm going to say you guys are correct. Y'all are not like us, and we are nothing like you guys. And I think anybody with any sense would not want to be like that. So you're not, like, while y'all think y'all disrespecting us or disrespecting those who don't agree with you, you don't realize that you're cooking yourself. Because what you're suggesting is this culture of oppression, this culture of complaining, this victimization culture is Black culture, and it's not. It's 100% not. And the sad part about this is that you have people who are speaking their mind, Black women who are being absolutely berated on the internet and threatened to be canceled because they like, yo, I didn't like it. I don't know none of those songs, and he got up there and went wibble wobble weeble, wibble wobble weeble wobble, wibble remember wibble wobble for 18 minutes.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
That's what it sounded like. Wibble wobble weeble wobble, wibble wobble weeble, squabble, squabble, squabble. Like, that's what I heard.
I'm done.
So we have to pick one. This guy, Kendrick Lamar, has an identity problem. He has confused himself. First, he came out pull up the first name of his album, his first album. He went from being a good kid, Bad City, to being a pro-Black militant gangster. Now he's in his gangster phase. Like, what am I supposed to take? Like, you don't even know who you are. He's not like him.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City was the first album.
Right. What's the second album? Because I have no idea. I can't listen to that.
Butterfly.
Right, and that was like Halle Berry Hallelujah, where it was just like all of this Andre 3000-esque multi-syllable.
Then you had Damn and Black Panther, the album. Then you had
you see what I'm saying?
Morale and the Big Steppers, and then you had Feud with Drake, GNX, Winsgrim. Yeah, so
he's had an identity crisis this whole time. He started off as a good kid. You know, he's a good kid, and he was Drake's buddy. We could pull up video after video. You know, I want to give it up to my guy Drake, and you know, a lot of us wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Drake and Drake and Drake and Drake and Drake. And then all of a sudden, like Jay-Z warned them, they're going to start this rap beef to get you off the top. And he was a little prophetic with that because the rap beef has still not dethroned Drake. You're not going to dethrone Drake. You're just not. The guy's too big.
He has too many of the sing-alongy songs for that.
Yo, could you imagine him doing that halftime show and doing all of the hits? Like, he would have been able to do hit after hit. Yo,
started from the bottom, now we here would have tore it up.
He could have did that for 18 minutes and we would all been fine.
Successful would have turned, you know. Like he got that. So let's do this on the tail end, bro.
You can call me on my cell phone.
Oh, that would have been it right there. Yeah, that would have been it. That would have been it. So there's one other aspect to this that caused a little bit of a thing, and that's this right here.
I'm not doing her. I can't do her. I cannot do her because you have to pull up her husband. You cannot pull up this photo without pulling up her husband. So for all of y'all super woke, y'all don't understand the culture, and she was crip walking because she's from Compton and the culture. Pull up a picture of her husband. Yeah. You gotta see this, bro. Look where she went home to. Yeah. We doing the culture still? We still doing that? That's not even like an athletic looking white dude. He looks
There you
like
go.
he looks like his name could be Opie. Come on, bro.
Yo, what are you saying, bro?
I'm saying, what part of the culture is this? Oh, y'all, she's repping for the culture until she left.
Yeah, one of the problems that I have with that is this.
Yo, that
right
is
here.
one of the palest bodies I've ever seen.
This is the problem I have with that. Okay, this is the problem I had with this. If you don't know who this is, right? This is Yetunde Hawana Tara Price, was the oldest half sister. I'm just gonna call her sister, and personal assistant to leading tennis player Venus and Serena Williams. On September 14th, 2003, she was murdered in a drive-by shooting in Compton, California. Okay, the murder was on the night of September 14th. The guy who did it was a Southside Compton Crip street gang member named Robert Edward Maxfield. Okay, so I want you to put that picture of Serena Williams back up here as I say this. Your sister was killed by a Crip. You are then on stage, Crip walking. How does that?
Excuse me. She's from Compton, California. That doesn't mean she's from Compton, California, because all of these people that were trying to correct us, well, no, she's from there, so, she knows and understands the code. She didn't grow up gang banging, man. She didn't grow up and the funny part is, she don't know nothing about that. She didn't marry Tyrone from the block. She didn't, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? So this woman has probably not done laundry in her life. Could you imagine her doing laundry? Could you, what I'm saying is, she don't even know how much laundry detergent cost.
Yo, here's my other thing, right? And I'll say this, bro. We got to stop this idolization of, and I'm purposefully minimalizing it. Ma'am, you hit a ball with a racket.
It's not that deep. It's really not that deep. And
you hit a ball with a racket. I get it. I get it. But
that's
at
the
end
same
of the
thing,
day,
Ali.
yeah.
That's the same thing I'm saying with these entertainers. It's like you get on stage and you rap. You rap. You're in my world, you're inconsequential because you don't have any actual power.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And then everybody's like, yo, do you see the comments from people like, yo, the revolution was televised? I'm like, what? How was this revolutionary? I don't get it.
Right, but what you did do,
what changed in the world as a result of him doing that? What changed?
No, I can tell you, he's empowered a bunch more idiots. They have become empowered in their ignorance. They are ignorantly empowered. Now they believe because they went up there and they saw, and again, this is why these stereotypes persist, and this is why certain things persist, is because in that set that you see right there, in that set that what he did was he didn't put them in suits, he put them in hoodies. He put them on the street corner. He took a bunch of dreadhead kids and put them on the street corner looking menacing. Again, the choreography was terrible. Y'all should have hired MC Hammer. Hammer can still dance. Y'all could have went and got Big Les and did better choreography than this. Watch him just walk across the stage like that. It's just, to me, it was the most mid thing I've ever seen. And I haven't even yet, I can't stomach the whole thing. Because I can't listen to I can't listen to that. I just cannot listen to that. As a rapper, as someone who creates music, I cannot listen to that. You're not, because, it's a generational thing. Rapping off beat is rapping off beat. Period. it's not up for debate. Like, I understand that the new music may not be for me. I am also understanding that I, at my age, have no business in a nightclub. If you're our age or within 3 to 5 years of our age and you're still trying to be relevant to 20-year-olds, you got an identity issue.
Yo,
You need to work on that.
Do you know
I'm
who
not
you
saying
reminded
we
me
can't
of when
listen.
you said that? When you said that,
What?
you know who you reminded me of? Do you know who Adriano Celentano is?
No idea who that is.
Yo, he did this entire song, right? He's not actually
Oh,
saying
I got
it.
you. I know who it is now. Yeah, that guy. Don't play that. We don't need the copyright strike. Don't even do it. We don't need the copyright strike.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get
he
the
reminds
copyright.
me of that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's just what it was. It was just like squabble. Like, that's all I heard. Yo, and then the funny part was they added sound effects. They added crowd noise to the live broadcast. They added crowd noise. Because again, if for all of you guys saying that, this wasn't for the masses of white people to enjoy it. Okay, so you think they're gonna let Jay-Z keep picking?
Oh,
you think they're gonna let him keep picking? Because that was a miss right there. That was an entire miss. And whoever did that set list owes Kendrick some money, because that was terrible. That was a terrible set list. And I don't know, like, only quotable I got from Kendrick Lamar is A minor. That's all I know. I don't know any other Kendrick Lamar rhymes. I can't, and I've only been beaten the head, ad nauseum with this dang on song. So it's like, I've been walking around doing this. I've been walking around doing this, and Heather, I will call her right now. She'll tell you I've been walking around doing this for like 4 days. I've been walking around going, meh, 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 meh. like that's what I've been doing. I just randomly, meh, 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 meh. I just been walking around doing that because it's stuck in my head. Like that, meh, 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 meh. It's just stuck. I can't get it out of my head. And now I'm Kendrick shuffling through the house now. Now I'm like Zest shuffling through the crib everywhere I go.
So listen, the NFL immediately sent a letter of apology to Lil Wayne after announcing last year that Kendrick Lamar had been chosen to perform at the Super Bowl. Wayne was denied the chance to headline the halftime show in New Orleans, a move which sparked outrage given his association with the Big Easy, where he was born and raised. Kendrick's performance at the Superdome was criticized by viewers who were left underwhelmed by Sunday night. Not Like Us rapper, who included his famous diss track to Drake, was slammed for putting on the worst halftime show ever as fans made their displeasure known.
For those of y'all that are super pro black and the woke and the fist pumping, y'all do realize who the NFL's audience is, right? Y'all do realize, like, even the black folks that are into football didn't like it. They didn't like it. They were like, yeah, no, this wasn't it. He brought out SZA, right? And she gets up there and you can't understand what she's saying.
She lip synced, bro. She wasn't even actually singing.
Right, but still, it's like you brought out that. At least with Usher, you had a star-spangled cast. At least with Dr. Dre, even with Prince, you don't even need nobody with Prince or Michael Jackson. Right? Like, think this out.
No, Michael did it by himself. Prince did it by himself. You ain't got to bring nobody out for them.
You don't, but it's also fun when you're Dr. Dre and you have all these hits and you got all these artists and you're Usher and you got all these hits and you bring out Little John and y'all do, yeah. Like, there is, the idea isn't for the Super Bowl to be for one group. The idea is for the Super Bowl to bring everyone together, not to alienate a third or fourth of the population, because that's what you guys did. Y'all went up there with the super leftist woke Zest shuffle and it failed.
That's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. The super woke Zest shuffle fail. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think. I'm very curious to hear what the Urban Conservative family got to say about this. If you enjoyed it, let us know. If you thought it was meh, let us know. But either way, jump in the comments. Let us know what you think, guys, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, we got a very special announcement coming this week. So you guys do not You guys do not want to miss Friday's weekly wrap up because we will be making a humongous announcement this Friday. Stay tuned, folks. Go ahead, wrap us up. Get us up out of here.
All right, make sure, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you go to fdfnc.org.
Oh, we got action. Look, we got action. Brothers, switch it up. Same content talking about black people. You wanna take this one? You wanna take this one?
I have.
Hey.
Listen, the stupidity of that, it mind boggled me. I'm sorry.
Switch it up. Same content talking about black people. No, we were not talking about black people. First off, sir, you might want to rewind. We was talking about Kendrick Lamar, and you can't possibly talk about 44 million people who are different and divergent in their views and their points of views and their things. This is the problem. This right here, this is exactly what we talk about right here. So what would you have us talk about, right? Let's see what he would have. What would you have us talk about on our show, on our platform that we pay for, that we run? What would you have us talk about? What do you talk about? Because I about had it with these type of comments. So it's like, you switch it up. You switch it up. You talking about right now? It's the hottest thing on the internet. Did you go on Joe Rogan and tell him to switch it up? Do you go on Tucker Carlson and tell him to switch it up? No, you bring your tail over here.
All right. So hold on.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Preposterous, sir.
Nah. Because I just realized I noticed, brother. And here's the thing, brother Dimitri, because I remember you now. It took me a second. I remember you now. Here's the problem. If we don't talk about black people, right? Because we were talking about Kendrick Lamar in the Super Bowl, but if we must talk about black people, we're going to talk about the ridiculous crime rate. We're going to talk about the ridiculous inability for our children to come out of these schools reading. We're going to talk about the single parenthood rate, where almost 80% of our children are being born in single parent households and out of wedlock. We're going to talk about the fact that over 50% of black women are diabetic or obese, overweight. Like, if you really want us to talk about black people, we can. But the question becomes, what are you doing to fix it? That becomes the question.
I venture to say, because I don't know the brother, and there's these type of comments that just really light my fuse, because it's like, it's the same content talking about black people. No, sir. No, we talk about white people too. We talk about the Hispanics. We talk about whatever we want to talk about on our show. That's like, no, you switch, like, yo, bro, I'm gonna let it go, because it just don't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me, because again, most of us are not in poverty. Most of us don't live below the poverty line. So this idea that somehow black people are in this terrible, terrible, terrible position here in America, that's what you get from the wokesters. That's what you get from this woke left ideology. And that's why we had to talk about this, because it reinforces that. The same group of people who will be on their $900 iPhone and their $600 Jordans and they knockoff Louis Vuitton clothes are going to tell us how bad the country is and how bad they're doing while watching it on a $4,500 laptop. Like, we got to stop it. At some point, it's like, no, we can't switch it up. We're black people. We're going to talk about our people. What? So now because we're Republicans, we don't fit in the black group? Or because we choose not to speak ignorantly and every other word out our mouth ain't N-word this, F that, F this. So now, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? What is that?
Yeah, that was a
we got a response. We got a response. I'm employed, housed, and feed my community, bro. You know me. Okay, so what's the problem? So why did that offend you that we're talking about the halftime show and that there's a contingent of black people that are woke and think that because it was so deep, it was so deep and you don't understand, and we do understand. You did a performance piece. We didn't like it. How is that talking about black people? Like, it's perplexing. Like, you have to understand respectfully. But again, go on somebody else's platform and tell them what to talk about. Why come on a black platform or somebody's platform and tell us what not to talk about? It doesn't work like that. Nowhere does it work like that. And it's not going to happen. All right, bro, wrap this up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure, I was trying to get off.
Hey, brother Dimitri, call us. Because we're not.
He said, let's talk about the single parent household and diabetes.
Go ahead. Go talk about it. We talk about it all the time. You just don't listen enough. Clearly, you not here on Monday nights. Clearly, you not here on Fridays when we do the weekly wrap up. Clearly, you don't support the platform because that comment shows me you don't know those are the things we talk about and those are the things we advocate for in actual real life outside of being talking heads on a microphone. But
Correct.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go to fdfnc.org. Lock in your tickets for the 2025 Juneteenth Patriots Ball. It's going down in Charlotte at SMS Catering. Again, fdfnc.org to get your tickets for the 2025 Patriots Ball. Make sure you are locked in with us next week. Monday night, we'll be right here live for the
and I have to. Okay, see now, look, there goes the attacks. You got 2 views for the last 30 minutes. Okay, what's your point? What's your point? Make your point. What is your point?
All right,
because you're not inside. Right, you're looking at one platform, and we're on 20 different platforms right now. You're like, you're gonna throw film in front of that 30 minutes, mate. Come on, bro. So what do you need? A pat on the back because you've employed, housed, and fed your community? Good job for being a human being. Great job. You don't get credit for that over here. Good job. Is that what you're looking for? Is that what it is? Is that what you need from us?
Yeah. The interesting thing, brother Dimitri, is I've never seen you comment positively on anything that we've done. I've never seen you at any of the events that we've done.
Look for them. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all need everybody to do your work for you. Send you the platforms. No, do your work. Who are you to demand somebody sends you something? You better go ahead. Man, you better go ahead with yourself. You do not know who you playing with. You will get cooked up here. I got a cast iron skillet to cook you with. You better chill. I am not the one.
Not gonna work out well, bro. I would stop there because I've never seen you watch any or support anything we do to empower the community. I've never seen it.
Nope. Now that you've done it, nah. Ain't no getting out of this one. Hold up, Ali. We was about to be out of here, but we got one. So now I'm gonna have to go over here. And we're going to have to go see what Mr. Wilson hitting for. Let's do a Google search and see what it's hitting for. Come on now. Like, since we're going to do this. And I don't like doing this, but you started it, right? Like, so let's see what happens.
I would have preferred if he would have chilled. But
you can't tell some people nothing. All right, so let me see. Let's see here. What do we got here? Let's see. DEMETR. Let's see what we got. Okay. So Assistant Director of Recruiting Communication. Okay. All right. We're gonna have to stop here. We're not doing this. I'm not gonna do this. We're not going. You got it, bro. You got it. You right. Nah, you're right. I'm gonna go ahead and tap out. Go ahead, because this would just not be fair. Go ahead. Do your numbers, man. Good luck with that. Continue to feed the community. Continue to employ the community. We need more brothers like you anyway. So you do that, but do us a favor. If you're gonna be supportive of the platform, cool. If you're not, cool. But you just pop up and you like, what is that? Ain't a thing. Listen, for my twin brother, Abdul Ali, I'm Raheem Architect Soto. This has been a Monday night on the Urban Conservative, and I'm practicing my grace. Jesus still working with me, y'all. I'm trying because he don't even realize how sweaty my palms just got. He don't even understand. Like, man, bro. All right, get us out of here, please, before this goes left.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll
try it again. Let's just try it one more time. Is he going to let us go? Is he going to let us go? He really said it. You got 2 viewers for the last 30 minutes. That's not what the inside of here says. Like, I'm looking at the numbers fluctuate. It's like, yeah, sometimes it's 2. But that's the beautiful part about watching it later, Mr. Dimitri Wilson. That's the beautiful part about the watch later. That's the beautiful part about having an internal server where you can go later, 30 days from now, and look at the replays and look at, you can look at these.
Look at the downloads on Apple.
That's not what we're here for, though. But that's not what we're here for. Because we actually do this in real life. but you don't know us. And instead of trying to get to know us, you came on here with then it was like, oh, you got 2 viewers in the last, and you were one of them.
Yeah, and I'm
So
not trying to,
say?
yo, Rob,
What does
I'm
that
not
say?
trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I haven't seen this dude in over a decade, son. Like,
Stop.
like,
Come on,
stop
stop.
it, bro.
All right, so
Cut
because
it
then
out.
my next question to be is, you feed them what? What are you slinging hot dogs in the hood? What are you bringing them? What are you bringing them? We
The
just
usual.
promoted a black farm. What do you mean you feed them? Feed them what? Feed them what? Employ them to do what? How are you employing anybody? Stop. Like, don't do this with me. We got to stop, bro, because get us out of here, please.
I tried. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it one more time.
Yeah, I don't know why I let him do that. I don't know why I let him do that to me. I don't know why I let him do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been checking out
Have a
the
good
Urban
weekend, sir.
Conservative
Have a good week, sir.
podcast. We will see you live and direct next Monday night, same bat time, same bat channel as well. Remember, FDFNC.org. Get your tickets to the 2025 Patriots Ball. Ladies and gentlemen, from my twin brother, Raheem Architect Soto, I'm Abdul Ali. Peace and love, y'all.
The Urban Conservative is sponsored in part by Gyra Family Farms, providing your family with fresh meat, eggs, poultry, produce, and so much more. Visit gyrafamilyfarm.net to find out about their summer farm camp program, events and classes, and their exclusive Farm Share membership, which will give you 15% off all your purchases. Again, visit gyrafamilyfarm.net to find out more.